CEO of Ripple, the founder of XRP, has predicted XRP will surpass Bitcoin, and he confirms this by emphasizing that there will be an introduction of over $654 trillion flooding into the XRP ledger in only weeks. And this comes as Forbes, yes, Forbes actually predicts and confirms that XRP will be priced at around $60,000. Now, this isn't the first time. There's multiple reports about this, including another Forbes document that reveals $33.7 trillion shock will be bullish to XRP and will cause the price of XRP to soar, specifically mentioning XRP and the US dollar collapse, accelerating a $33.7 trillion introduction into the XRP ledger will occur in weeks. Now, this is huge because we're also seeing central bank adoption of XRP specifically. Take a look at this report, which is back from 2023, and it confirms that 19 central banks reported the purchase of over 9.4 billion euros worth of XRP back Q4 of 2023. So imagine how much this number has grown over the last couple of months. Specifically, when you look at some of these countries are the BRICS nations like Russia, India, South Africa, China, and even Brazil. So this is huge. Again, here are just a few of the partnerships like this one, Ripple with China. The one right before it is Ripple with Russia. The one right before it is Ripple with Brazil. And this is even ignoring the United States of America, which plans to establish a crypto reserve and remodernize the Federal Reserve payment system, all using XRP. Now, before we get deep into this video and delve deep into all the details, we got to tell you guys that we partner with Apple to give every single person watching today's video up to $100 worth of free XRP, and this goes to literally every single person, including you, yes, you watching this video. Now, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel with your post notifications, share this video, and with that being said, you need to sign up on Apple using my link in the description and do a transaction. Now, guys, let's get into the video.
Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse, he joins us right now. And you know, David, some say Ripple could be the next Bitcoin. What do you think, Brett? Is that a compliment that Ripple could be the next Bitcoin?
Well, I think if we're solving a real problem and it's at scale, then I think it's a compliment. I think the most important thing that is going on in crypto is understanding what is real and what is just hype.
Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse, he joins us right now. And you know, David,
yeah, so what's affecting the price of XRP has been the SEC. People forget, frankly, before the SEC got involved in the crypto markets, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset, ahead of ETH. And then the SEC got involved and said, hey, we think ETH is probably okay, and ETH went up. And then they sued Ripple, and XRP went down. You know, this is not how our government is supposed to work. We're supposed to have a level playing field and have, equal opportunity. We shouldn't have our government picking winners and losers in this regard. We think in the long run we'll prevail, and that'll sort itself out. But for now, it's frustrating for the community, and I like the way you characterized it, for the XRP family.
How XRP and the performance of XRP compares to Bitcoin. Bitcoin today, as was said earlier, Bitcoin in many ways has been a successful experiment, but not when it comes to payments. The throughput of Bitcoin, both in terms of to confirm a transaction, often can take an hour. I think Tavis said earlier, you're not going to use Bitcoin to buy coffee unless you want to wait there an hour for it to confirm the transaction. And then the transaction cost would be pretty high. So your Bitcoin
surrounding crypto replacing SWIFT. So we did speak earlier where you mentioned that it's not necessarily about replacing SWIFT, it's about complementing it. So let's get some more information on this.
Okay. I used to work for SWIFT. I was SWIFT for 20 years, so SWIFT is flowing through my veins. SWIFT is the preeminent messaging system for the financial industry, which covers, say, payments, FX, trade, in terms of securities, etc., NOSTA reconciliations, etc. What we're looking with the crypto, though, is where SWIFT would have a store and forward system for most of its payment transactions, where you need service level agreements that in a certain time I will do something, the payment turns up at a certain time during the day. Here we're looking at the new network styles, which allow instant, real-time movement of the funds and visibility of those funds as well. So we would not have a situation where banks need to come back to you and say, have my funds arrived it's 3 days later, I need to find out or find query messages moving around the network. It's nothing like that. I don't believe Ripple is going to replace SWIFT. Ripple is one of the complementary networks which is going to allow those institutions who need real time to make use of that. And I think we're also seeing that SWIFT are changing their network capability so that real time will be a possibility as well. But we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the SWIFT network as a currency when we're perhaps using something like FX.
Now, so, I just slightly moving on for a second.
Yeah.
Now, what's being said here is massive, but what we gotta understand is the scale of institutions and the scale of money that's going to onboard the XRP ledger, and specifically $650 trillion. Now, if we take a look at this number, we'll realize that this is the total real estate market number value, and it's around $654 trillion. And this number has become a really highlight of the XRP ledger after an institution known as RealFi officially onboarded the XRP ledger and unlocked a massive amount of money, or at least the ability to onboard trillions upon trillions of dollars. I mean, just a couple days ago, on August 22nd, the RealFi institution unlocked the Institutional XRP Ledger Asset Program, unlocking the ability for a massive $228 trillion to enter the XRP ledger. And they've just recently announced something major, and that is that over the last few days, RealFi has experienced exponential growth, welcoming over 3,000 users and reaching a $29 million market capitalization within their ecosystem built on the XRP ledger. Also announcing that their team will be engaging with the leading institutions worldwide to explore the integration and application of the RealFi reward solution built on the XRP ledger for global real estate. So we're talking about a multi-million-dollar institution, talking with multi-trillion-dollar institution, and all of it will unfold on the XRP ledger. Now, if you're wondering, RealFi is built onto the XRP ledger using their native token, the Real token, which is what they use to facilitate payments and rewards from different amounts of money from real estate to real estate. This thing is growing across borders. Now, it's huge in every way, shape, and form. And we've talked about it because Real token has skyrocketed massively from its launch. It went from, under a penny, literally, I think, like tenth of a penny, to now over 3 cents, almost 4 cents. It hit a high of around almost 5 cents, and it's now in a retracement. So now retraced, it's consolidating, and it seems like a major breakout is literally about to unfold. Guys, this is huge, and trillions of dollars will flow into the XRP ledger, directly into Real token first, and then from Real token into the XRPL. And if we look, there's very low resistance and very, very strong support levels, guys. This is what you want to see in our utility-based project like RealFi. Now, obviously, you have to differentiate between RealFi and the Real token. Real token is what's being used versus RealFi is the institution. And this is massive. Like, there's, again, a couple, $10,000 could literally be converted into millions of dollars. Not by my words, but let's take a look at some of the influencers. The numbers and the prices for Real token is mind-blowing. It's crazy, to be honest, and I'm going to tell you guys it's quite straightforward. It is mind-boggling. I've seen influencers, experts, and people within this industry predicting that we could see in the next 24 days to around a month the potential for Real token to go all the way from 3 cents to over $950. In fact, some people even said $60,000 because of the very low supply of Real token, which currently sits at 50 million phase 1 supply. And if you take a look at this, guys, this thing is bullish. Obviously, it's up 10% in the last 24 hours. The score it's received is 10 out of 10, so 100% KYC score, 100% BANX score, top 3 holders, low risk, top 3 wallets, they have over 3,000 wallets. I mean, this thing is growing. Last time we talked about it, they were sitting around 2,800 wallets. They've already grown a whopping 200 wallets. This is what makes me bullish on the XRP ledger. This is what makes me bullish on XRP. And obviously, I got myself a nice, juicy bag. Now, I also want to emphasize that I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, and doing research, but we're talking about RealFi here because RealFi is a major institution, and this major institution, you can check it out at payrealfi.com, actually uses the Real token as its reward token for real estate, and obviously Real Token is built on the XRP ledger. Now if you go to the website and you click on Real Token, you'll be able to see that they don't only use Real Token, but they also use XRP. But you can actually buy Real Token directly using these exchanges that have Real Token listed and the widget that is available again on RealFire, the realchain.com. So payrify.com, the realchain.com will both lead you to places where you can actually buy the Real Token. But again, I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, and you should definitely always do your own research, but this is bullish, and this is why it's very, very exciting. So guys, with that being said, I'm going to conclude the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and with all of that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.